Excuse me, do you know why we pulled you over today? Exactly, it's because you're not subscribed. So you better fix that right now, or we're gonna have to take you in. Anyways, there is a lot more to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. We have to get back to business. We have to get back to reality, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to talk about Apple Watch. An Apple Watch, I have been an Apple Watch user since the Series 0, or how it was then called, the Apple Watch Sport. Or, well, the Apple Watch. But there was no series. There was just Apple Watch. Simpler times, ladies and gentlemen. Simpler times. Anyways, right now, we are on the Apple Watch Series 7. And I got to say, there is a lot that has changed. I really enjoy this series so far. Especially since the 4. I couldn't imagine myself without an Apple Watch. And now with the 7, with an even bigger screen, I feel like it's just part of me. It's part of me body. It's done. I'm not going to live without it. Anyways, there is a future for the Apple Watch bands, though. And I would say that the Apple Watch bands are absolutely insane. But they are working on, obviously, way more. And we're going to get a glimpse of that right here, right now. Sharon, take the flipping stage.
Apple executives talk watch bands, emphasis on backward compatibility, design philosophy, and more. In a new interview, 2 Apple executives have discussed Apple's wide range of Apple Watch band options for customers, how they're designed, and their thinking behind them. Evans Hankey, Apple's Vice President of Industrial Design, and Stan Ng, Apple's Vice President of Product Marketing, recently spoke to HypeBeast about Apple Watch bands. Apple has a wide range of Apple Watch bands for customers to choose from, and the design of the Apple Watch allows them to quickly change their bands as they please, a typically hard thing to do with traditional watches. When considering the ability for users to change their watch face, the watch band style and color, and the material of the Apple Watch casing itself, Hankey said customers have an unbelievable number of potential combinations, well into the thousands of styles to use.
So, literally, this is, like, from the get-go, there were so many styles to pick from, and now it's even more insane. And the crazy part is that they keep finding more, let's say, ways of reinventing the band, and it just keeps getting better. Now, obviously, some fit better than the others, and obviously, like, everyone has their own, let's say, preference. But in general, dude, they just keep getting better. At least if you ask me. So that's crazy. It's all crazy. The whole Apple Watch situation is crazy. I think it's a very great product that came out under Tim Cook. It's crazy. And of course the AirPods are crazy as well. But that's not what we're talking about here right now. The fact that these bands still fit every single Apple Watch is insane. Yeah, it's mental. It's mental. Like, I have never seen a product that literally kept that stuff around for so long, and this is stuff that every single time I talk about Apple, all these haters talk about is planned obsolescence, and Apple just drops support for stuff, and Apple throws away this, and it's bad for the environment, and blah blah. But actually, if you would follow Apple's rules or agreements or terms of service, that the company would have been the best for how do you say, carbon neutral and less waste and all this stuff. It would have been the best. Obviously, at some point, like, there's this story going around that Apple had to throw away a bunch of iPhones that were found, or a bunch of counterfeit products that might have been mixed up with each other. You can't really tell anymore. So they had to throw away a bunch of iPhones. But which is obviously bad, but it's also against Apple's terms of service to sell these components in like a mass way as a store. and then try and fix other people's devices. Anyways, we're not going to get into that. But if you look at the amount of time they support it and the amount of recycle programs they have, and now with this new repair program, you can send your broken parts back to Apple. And if you just, if we would follow the rules, right, all of us would follow the rules, this would be the best ever, because it's supported for almost ever, right? The iPhones are supported for years and years and years in terms of feature software updates. We're not even just talking about security updates, just feature software updates. And then on top of that, you obviously have Apple Care. That's now something that you can extend. Apple Care Plus. You can extend Apple Care Plus. You have Apple Bands that just... You can move Apple Watch and your Apple Bands still fits. Like, the amount of time that Apple supports... Flipping hell. The amount of time that Apple supports their products is insane. It's unheard of in the tech industry. It doesn't, like, Elon Musk keeps clowning on Apple, but look at all the competitors in their market. There is none. Not even Google with their Pixel. There is none. So, anyways, I'm going on a tangent here. But yeah, that's a good point, Access Denied. It's a very good point.
Hanky said customers have an unbelievable number of potential combinations, well into the thousands of styles to use. One hallmark character of the Apple Watch's bands from previous years have, so far, been compatible with the newest model in the same size.
Crazy.
For example, with the Apple Watch Series 7, Apple increased the case sizes to 41mm and 45mm, and yet, watch bands for 40mm and 44mm Apple Watch models remain compatible. Hanky said that backward compatibility remains a top priority for the Apple Watch team.
I actually thought that the next year it would be the end for the 40 and the 44mm bands, because allegedly they're going to this square design and it might get even bigger and even more bigger eventually, obviously. But yeah, if this is still a top priority, maybe it isn't. Like, that means we have about 9 years of compatibility with this device. 8 or 9 years. That is insane. Obviously with the Series 8, right? That is insane. No one can say that Apple is just doing planned obsolescence. There is no planned obsolescence. You literally can use whatever you want. Like, I still have my Series 0 Apple Watch. I still have my is this the series? This is the S. The iPhone 6s. The iPhone 6s, and it runs perfectly. I recently just picked it out of its box again, and it works. It is so fast. It is literally so fast. I can do whatever I want on it. I have WhatsApp on this thing. I have Teams, Slack, Outlook, Instagram, everything, every app that I don't want it to track me, it's on this phone, and it does it all perfectly. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. I'm just saying, like, no one can say that. No one can say it because it's just bullshit. Don't let anyone tell you that. Bullshit.
Hanky said that backward compatibility remains a top priority for the Apple Watch team. Since the first Apple Watch to today's Series 7, the interchangeability of the band has been a cornerstone of the product. Between the band style and color, the material of the watch housing, and which watch face you've selected and customized, the system offers an unbelievable number of potential combinations, well into the thousands. Each time we have refined the Apple Watch's design, we have pushed ourselves to maintain backward compatibility, which has been no small feat as the display has grown over the years. For us, the band is not at all about technology. Each band expresses our love for materials, craft, and the process of making.
It is, and you can tell, like, these bands are quality, dude. Like, my first silicon band from the Series 0 still works. It's you see some cracks in it, right? Because of how much I did bend it. But it works. It's completely fine. You don't feel it. It doesn't scratch. It doesn't itch. It completely fine. You can wash it. It works completely fine. And that's just what I'm saying, dude. These products are really, really great. And obviously the Series Zero is really slow right now in comparison to what we have. But man, it works. It turns on. It does the notifications. It does what you need to do, right? It does what you need it to do. It can make the phone calls if you want to. Now, obviously, if you want to do more and measure more, then yeah, you will have to go to the next Apple Watch. But it runs. It does what it has to do, right?
For us,
Insane.
the band is not at all about technology. Each band expresses our love for materials, craft, and the process of making. Apple Watch bands themselves include no technology, but their design plays an important role in making sure that functionality of the Apple Watch doesn't get interrupted. NG said that Apple Watch bands feature innovations to ensure they're comfortable and don't ruin the Apple Watch experience. For example, the Velcro tabs on the Sport Loops, magnets on the Milani's Loop and Leather Link, and 9 sizes of Solo Loop and Braided Solo Loop make it easy to adjust or find the right band size for a perfect fit. This ensures the watch is comfortable to wear, not too snug and not too loose, while also enabling features like all-day heart rate tracking, blood oxygen readings, and on-wrist detection that allow you to use Apple Pay or unlock your iPhone securely without authenticating every time. Apple designs its own set of bands, but it also works with high-end luxury brand Hermes. NG said that Apple's collaboration with Hermes is unique, since both companies have an obsession over details, craftsmanship, and storytelling. In the remainder of the interview, the executives go into more detail about some popular Apple Watch bands, such as the Braided Solo Loop, Leather Link, and Milani's Loop. The full interview can be read here.
So yeah, I mean, this is obviously good news, right? This is obviously good news. Now, I'm not sure how they're going to do it, because eventually, like, this Apple Watch is getting really big, right? But yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing that they're still supporting the older bands. Obviously, I usually just mainly use the band that comes with the Apple Watch, because I just pre-select it, and then for that year I just use it. But yeah, I mean, this is insane. Like, obviously, for people that switch looks a lot, this is great. And I mean, Sana does it a lot, doesn't she? I feel like she does. Anyways, that's great. What do we have here?